LCS Spring 2024. We're kicking things off with Team Liquid going up against 100 Thieves. Akali and Senna being banned out by Team Liquid here to start things off, with the Rumble and Callista taken off the table by 100 Thieves. When we're talking about this squad in particular, man, I think everybody's eyes are on the top lane with Sniper after years and years of hype and people being like, when do we get to see this guy in LCS? Yeah. The answer is now.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be his first game in the LCS here. Obviously, his brother Viper already playing in the LCS. His other brother is also in Challenger, by the way. So this family just oozes League of Legends talent, apparently. Getting Challenger, getting Pro, just that easy. But it's so many expectations for him. And this is a guy who hasn't had a tremendous amount of time to develop in those lower leagues. We can see 14 years old, he hit rank 1 in Challenger. At 15, he was on 100X. At 16, he was on 100 Thieves Academy, and then after 1 year in Academy, he is now making his debut in the LCS at 17. So expectations sky high for this guy. We need to see, can he live up to them? Because there could be some learning curve moving into the LCS.
It's just been a staircase walking up year after year after year, and he's finally climbed to the top of the stairs. Now it's an immediate Ashe pick for the side of Team Liquid. Ooh. The response from 100 Thieves, the Seraphine and the Yone. Anybody who's been watching any professional league so far this year knows that right now, double support item is something that has once again reared its head with all the game changes. With Seraphine naturally being a champion that can shine in those types of situations. Not really surprised to see her getting locked in here.
Yeah, exactly. But this is the first pick of Seraphine in Pro so far. So this is not something that has actually been played a lot. It has been banned a couple times, at least, you know, maybe there was one earlier today that I missed, but according to the data I'm looking at, you know, it's something that would really well. I have seen it on live patch, you know, playing this double support style. It also works really well with Yone because you can Seraphine ult through the Yone to use that to extend as the Yone goes in. These dive comps pair really well. Ashe is the highest presence champion in Pro across the globe right now, so that getting through picks and bans a little bit of a surprise. And TL going for a lot of kind of the meta beast style champions. I'm expecting this to be Ashe support. Jhin is the AD for Yeon. They're probably going to play double support items. This is likely to be Udyr top for impact. It has been almost exclusively tank Udyr that I've seen in Pro, though if you watch solo queue, there is lethality Udyr, there's AP Udyr, there's bruiser Udyr, so there is a potential to have something mixed up a little bit.
Yeah, just earlier this morning, I believe I saw LS tweeting about the Brazilian League and saying how I want to see more people building Leandries on Udyr. So I'm interested to see exactly what type of builds we're going to get out of this champion who traditionally has had more options than others. But the Karma locked in, like you just said there, for 100 Thieves.
This could be double Enchanter bot lane, and I'm kind of expecting it to be double Enchanter bot lane here for Meech and Eyla. Meech, obviously, you know, making his LCS debut as well. There's so many new players, it feels like, coming into the league this year. Obviously, a lot of returning faces trying to prove themselves as well. You know, you look at the mid lane, Quid, APA, both back for their second year in the LCS. APA didn't even have a full split, though. I believe he had 7 games before he went into playoffs and then went off to Worlds. So it has been quite the acceleration for these guys. And Quid, obviously not living up to the standards that he had set for himself, the expectations that people had for him coming in last split. So really is going to want to start off this split on the right foot. I've been hearing he's been performing, you know, really well individually in scrims, that this guy is someone who can really show us a lot more than we got to see from him last year. So I'm excited to see, you know, what Quid can show us here coming into today.
And I know a lot of people are hyped up about Meech. It's him and Masu, who's AD carry for FlyQuest now. Those two both coming out of the Academy system, coming out of the Tier 2 ecosystem. I know a lot of the guys who cast those leagues are super excited about both of these two. So I really want to see what 100 Thieves can pull out here. It's jungler focus in the second half of the bans from Team Liquid. They're getting rid of the Jarvan. They're getting rid of the Nocturne. They want to try to control some of that gank power, some of that early pressure that River's best games were all defined by.
Exactly. I mean, River, such a massive pickup here, 400 Thieves. When he came in the lead on Dig, everyone knew him for the Jarvan. Obviously did great things on Golden Guardians last year. That team exited the league. So 100 Thieves, the beneficiaries of that, were able to grab him. Also picked up some of the Golden Guardians coaching staff, I do believe, as well. So some of those guys have been able to kind of spread out amongst these different teams.
And if we're talking about coaching staff, another big deal, I think, over here for Team Liquid, who, by the way, just got their cheat code champion, APA, getting the signature Ziggs pick.
Okay.
That's one way for Team Liquid to be able to start this off, man.
Yeah, that's a huge pick for APA. You know, if you've watched him in Champions Queue, this pick everyone kind of knows you got to permaban it against him. He was a monster on it. Last year, he was obviously really well known for it. And you started touching on it, but this is Spawn's debut as the head coach for TL. It's also Golden Glue's debut as an LCS 100 Thieves coach. So new coaches being promoted up, guys who have been in the systems for both of these teams. You know, 100 Thieves obviously working with Golden Glue in the academy. TL also Spawn, you know, was with them in the academy. You know, won an academy title, has been around in that org for quite a long time. So pressure on the coaches to make things work right out the gates here as well. But it is going to be Jhin, another super popular pick on this patch for Umti in his debut. But it's the General Sniper Riven. Game 1 of the LCS stage. You couldn't write a better script.
I love this. You bring in this kid who's been an absolute legend as he's climbed up the ladder and made his way to the LCS. And in game number 1, you tell him to drop the weights and give him his trademark champ. Going up against Impact. This guy is a decade-long veteran, and this kid just slammed his one trick and said, let's go.
And by the way, there was an interview Deacon had with Impact where Deacon was asking Impact, what do you think about General Sniper? And he was saying he needs to drop the ego. He's not very good at team fighting. He's not going to do that well. I don't care about him. Impact had some pretty strong words. So Sniper throwing down the Riven here. Impact likely going to be playing tank Udyr, going to be playing comfort for himself. So if Sniper could have a big game against Impact in his debut after you got trash talking in the interview, damn, what a way to kick off that LCS career.
Let me just put this in some perspective for y'all. We know that Impact has been playing for a long time. Impact won Worlds, got his World skin for Jax back in 2013. Sniper was either 6 or 7 years old at that point. That's the difference between these two players in terms of age and experience, but Sniper doesn't seem phased at all. I cannot wait to see how this top lane goes down.
Absolutely. Impact is the LCS top lane GOAT. We did the votes for it. You know, in the past, he was pretty much unanimously considered the most successful LCS top laner of all time. This guy has won with many different teams, has been successful through every meta over the past decade. This is his 11th year in competitive, I believe it is. It's ridiculous how long this guy has been around. So to go up against an absolute veteran, someone who's at the top of the game for so long, in your first game on the LCS stage, is an immense amount of pressure here.
And I think that this is so good, not just to have him reunited back on Team Liquid with CoreJJ, who, you know, was his teammate during that big streak that Team Liquid had of winning so much, but having a veteran like this, having a leader like this on a team that has Yeon and APA, who are both still really new guys, I think can do a lot to promote this team working together and all playing on the same page.
I agree. We've seen that recipe really pay off for a lot of different teams in the past, right? You know, not just trying everything new, having some veterans in there, having some people that can be that rock for the team and really help you to be comfortable when you're moving on a stage as a rookie. So it is going to be that double enchanter bot lane, kind of as expected. Meech is playing the TP. APA is playing TP on the Ziggs. Sniper and Impact both TP in top lane, so nothing too insane as far as ignites or combat summoners. But it's going to be double enchanter bot lane versus double AD bot lane. So this is going to be a really interesting one. You know, generally the strategy is you do not start with double support item, right? You get that support item on your second base. 100 Thieves sees that they are moving in. They had that ward over on the river. We're able to spot them as they were moving in. So that is definitely key here and is going to help to keep them safe.
I'm really interested to see how these terrain changes are going to change the type of plays that we see teams go for here too. We talked about all the new stuff in the league at the top of the day, but the game itself is also so different. Right now though, we're standing by. We have an interview ready to go. Raz is sidelined with Viper.
What's up everyone? I've got LCS alumni and of course older brother of Viper. How's it going?
It's great, man. I'm very excited to see Sniper play, and I'm just glad he locked in Riven. Just you know, now that I'm here, it's nice to see in front of my face.
Yeah, and honestly, being able to watch your brother kind of follow in your footsteps in his first debut on Riven, what's your expectation? And do you have any like stories about Sniper just for people to know him better?
Sniper's been like ever since he, you know, found out that he's joining LCS, he's been putting in a lot of hours every day, grinding his ass off during the off season for hours and hours and hours. So we're gonna see him this year. We're gonna see how well he does. I think he's gonna do great. And yeah, I'm just excited to see it.
Hell yeah. I don't want to take too much of your time then. Thanks a lot, Viper, 100%. And let's get to watch the games out here.
Thank you.
I love seeing the family support, man. That's absolutely fantastic. Nothing too crazy happening early on in this game, we've still got everybody just kind of going about their normal business, junglers clearing through their camps.
Yeah, so we got the Twitch chat poll results here on which lane they want to focus on. So we're going to be watching top lane a little bit more, as a lot of people do want that. But again, coming in bot side first.
It's bot lane that immediately pops off with Eyla forced down to 200 HP. Umti doesn't get there in time to influence anything. It's Sniper and Impact are trading back and forth. Sniper gets the better of him in the quick trade, then disengages before Impact can keep it going.
Yeah, Impact with the ulti turtle there does heal up a little bit, though. Udyr, really resilient, is someone that can win out in a lot of these fights. Very difficult to actually deal with in that 1v1. This guy is kind of just a brick wall. We can see APA, though, pushing in as we are in that multi-lane camera right now. APA shoving in Quid in that mid lane, trying to keep him chunked down, trying to keep him locked under tower. As bot lane has been so scrappy, and you can see Umti down there with Core trying to grab that Grom and threaten this potential dive.
Yeah, Umti doing a good job counter jungling there. Stole away the blue buff, stole away the Gromp, just making sure that he's applying early pressure here with this Zhao as the double root from Seraphine connects onto Yeon, but there's no follow-up really ready. Sniper and Impact, these guys are both ready to trade. This is not the I'll look at you, you look at me, we both last hit minions type of top lane.
No, Riven has got to play from ahead. This is a champion that is not easy to pilot in team fights, and Sniper is just trading very aggressively. River up here on the top side, but Impact is doing such a good job of not allowing the wave to crash because he knows his jungler is on bot side. It's very likely that since River didn't show there, he's up on top side. So he's trying to keep the wave off his tower and deny any sort of a chance of a dive. Yeon lands the root there, but Meech throwing out an E of his own to push Yeon back so he couldn't step forward and get that fourth shot off. Sniper and Impact getting so incredibly low here. And now that River has had to base, Sniper desperately needs to crash this wave and get the heck out of there. We can see, though, the Jhin was spotted on that deep ward that was placed by River. So Sniper knows Jhin is coming. He's revealed as well by that vision plant, and he's got to back up.
He knows the Jhin is coming, and you can see the big red bar charged all the way up underneath Impact as well. Can make things a little bit tricky. So, yep, looks like we're just going to go ahead. It's going to be a back angle here for Sniper as bot side. The skill shots keep flying back and forth, and Team Liquid maintains pressure and control over the lane. Some of that CS is going to be made up between the two as the wave crashes in, but still a nice little lead for Yeon.
Yeah, it is a good lead there for Yeon here over on that Jhin. And the wave, was not in the best spot there for Sniper. A lot of that was kind of getting denied, but he had to reset, obviously, with Umti on that top side, pushing him off the wave.
And a couple seconds ago, you could see there was an assist me ping from 100 Thieves here in the Herald pit. Ed, and Eddie have made their way onto the rift, and it's very early focus as Eyla flashes away to the bot side. CoreJJ, one more shot will do it. That's it, the first blood for Team Liquid. Meanwhile, Umti's taking the objectives on the other side of the map. 100 Thieves wanted to intervene with APA. It's going to be caught between a rock and a hard place. River and Quid going in after him. The Soul Unbound takes him low, and with APA unable to go forward any further, it's still Umti being left to secure the remainder of the grubs.
Yeah, he's going to be able to grab all the grubs there. Umti feeling pretty good about that. APA is pushed out, does have to flash, but Impact had Prio in that top lane, was pushing back Sniper, and is going to allow them to be able to secure that neutral objective. River now trying to invade on that bot side as Sniper's just getting shoved out. Remember, he has no TP. That is the Phoenix Form ulti that does detach from you, that chases after him on that Riven, is really strong. His AoE slow, high AoE damage. And now Sniper going to have to take a bad base here. Vi's not on the top side to cover, so he's going to have to actually reset with 2 crashing waves at his turret. He's going to fall way behind here. We can watch this one more time as that W root from Yeon set it up, and then Core flashes in. Meech caught that root back onto Yeon, so he couldn't follow up, and it's Core who is able to flash in and get that. 2 full waves lost, though, on top side, plus the plate. So even though Impact isn't that ahead, on the farm, it's just a 1 CS. Yeah. It's so much experience lost because Impact just hard shoved there. So it is going to end up being, almost level 7, you can see, for the Udyr there. I'll be curious if we click over to Sniper exactly how far down he is, but I would assume at least half a level. So more than half a level, about 2/3 of a level there behind in experience, and lost that plate, which is going to make it really difficult. And you can see, especially because it's triple physical damage topside, Impact's going to do nothing but stack armor this game, right? He's rushing tabbies, he already has a chain vest. He can go towards even things like Frozen Heart, which are really powerful on Udyr. As the support item has now come in for Meech, but Yeon not going to go towards it. So he's not going to be going towards Bloodsong. It is just going to be that single support item on the TL side. The 100 Thieves are doing that double support item strategy.
So for anybody who's not familiar with this strategy, essentially what you're doing is, as the AD carry, as the farming champ, you're making sure that you're last hitting the range minions As, hold on, Quid's going in after APA, but he snaps back as soon as Umti tries to jump in, because you actually end up getting more farm for them through that item, while the support still last hits all the cannons like you would expect from previous times. Here comes the curtain call. Firing range opens up. First shot goes wide. Next two hit. It's a Mega Inferno Bomb coming in from downtown. They want to get Eyla low and then go for the execute damage. They won't quite get it. Meech wants to tank it, but God blows his head off. Team Liquid, another kill in the bottom lane as APA is thrown up in the air and dumped right back down into the ground. River gets it done, and 100 Thieves make their way onto the board. Team Liquid heading over to the Drake now. They don't just want to trade a kill for a kill. They always want to be getting something more.
Yeah, nicely done. Going to be able to get something more down on that bot side, and Yeon and Core really pushing the pace. This is Yeon coming into his second year here. Won Rookie of the Year last year. Really did improve from spring to summer. They have been a team that has been so well known for really grinding hard in scrims on solo queue, and wanted to make it known that they were going to be a team that would scale over time, that would build up over time, and I think we are starting to see those results. TL was so good in the early game last year. You know, Yeon and Core are the only bot lane in the LCS that stayed the same. Every other one changed at least one component. So they have an advantage of having that input synergy, and we have to see, can they make the most of it?
River looking for the gank up here topside. You're not going to get a whole lot out of it. I think they're kind of just looking to get rid of the rage from the Udyr, especially with River having already used his ulti back in mid.
Yeah, and he really wants to crash it, right? Again, Impact is just holding the wave. That's another benefit of having all this armor, is the minions don't deal that much damage to you, right? So you can just keep going in turtle stance and holding the wave off your tower. And it's making it very, very difficult for Sniper, because Sniper can't crash the wave and get these beneficial resets that he wants. He's going to have to base again, but when we look back to topside, that's going to be more minions getting denied from more experience that he's falling behind, which is going to make his life very, very difficult. Impact does now elect to just shove this out, because he should be able to get that fully pushed in with the Phoenix form, and he's going to likely take a base of his own, probably grab some tabbies. But with Yone, Vi, and Riven on the top side, like, this guy is going to be a brick wall. Yeah. And sure, Karma and Seraphine will do some damage, but mostly they're there to just kind of buff up these other members. Yeah, Yone has a little bit of mixed damage on the auto attack passive, but I just think Udyr is going to be nearly impossible for 100 Thieves comp to really deal with.
Yone is the main character of the anime. Karma and Seraphine are his buddies that go, yeah, get him when he's fighting the final boss. It's up to Yone, but Impact is going to be tough, man. I feel like Turtle and Phoenix stands together. It's just, it's like you're saying, it's the perfect recipe for playing the way that Impact knows he needs to play this. Umti going after the first one of the grubs. That's 4 grubs for Team Liquid so far. Sniper shows up, prevents him from being able to take the next 2. That's very important, because remember, 5 and 6 are the big break points. That's where you start to spawn the little
Umti's trying to come back, maybe.
Looks like, okay,
no smite,
the first one,
smite.
yeah. It's just going to be a 4-2 split, or at least it should be. River and Quid can get that last one, and there they go. Grubs are taken care of. That's off the map. Remember, once we get to 14 minutes, that's when we're going to see the Herald like we would be used to in the previous days, except now you can drive it like a car.
There's Bjergsen.
Hell yeah!
Go cheering on double lift here.
That's what I love to see. Golden Daddy!
Cheering on Gold Glue as well, okay.
Let's go. Umti showing up mid lane, as he's not going to get a whole lot here, just passing back through. Remember, the first Drake was taken by Team Liquid. We still have another couple minutes before that second one spawns, but Umti's going to head back down into the bot side. Not any plays to really look for at this point, since Yeon and CoreJJ are both taking their backs. Boots of Swiftness completed, for the Jhin. Helps a lot against the Seraphine Karma duo, since they both have such powerful slows. Just giving you the extra move speed to dodge it to begin with, on top of the slow resist if you still fail.
And then it's triple melee champions, right? So move speed in general is just going to be incredibly high value here for him. Has actually gone for Opportunity, which does give you that lethality that comes up after being out of combat for 8 seconds. Also, you know, if you're able to kill someone, you do get that move speed that procs after it. So that, in addition, if you can get that first kill, 150 move speed, pretty powerful, amplified by the Boots of Swiftness.
I know 2 things about Jhin players is that Arrow gets a field goal. One, they like counting to 4. 2, they like running fast. It seems like an item that's going to make sense. We'll see how it plays out here for him as we continue moving on. The Arrow just barely missing there, a little bit unfortunate for TL, but now 100 Thieves are taking a chance. They want to go in. APA goes over the wall, but his fate is sealed. 100 Thieves followed up, and Quid grabs the kill. Now with a stolen bounty, goes back over the wall, looking for even more, this time on Umti.
But
100 Thieves are now behind enemy line. Yeon opens up the firing range, and the curtain's about to be called. The first 3 shots all miss, and he ends up going 0 for 4. Meech makes his way over, but Team Liquid do not complete
here's Impact, though.
100 Thieves running out. Impact is here on the flank, but he has to be careful. He can't go in completely on his lonesome. Sniper also answering TP with TP, making sure Impact can't cut him off. And 100 Thieves exfiltrate the hot zone.
Yeah, I thought that they were going to lose a lot more members there. When Yeon and Core came in, I thought it would be a couple kills for sure going their way. But at the end of the day, you know, Yeon has a couple of his ulti bullets flash, so wasn't able to hit the other two. Core ends up having a flash, so not really able to get much on the collapses. Again, they're attacking APA. They don't want to leave him in this comfort zone on this pick that he is so experienced on. You know, APA as well. This is something that people have talked a lot about, his champion pool, right?
Right.
They talk a lot about he's a Ziggs one trick, he's this, he's that. And that's one of the criticisms that he will have to try to answer in this second year. But here it is one more time. Vi ult into that fate is sealed here from Quid, guaranteeing that it does land. So much dive again. And TL do make the collapse, but with Yeon and Core coming over, I thought this was going to be some kills. They were pretty low, but we're jumping back to live, so probably some action, you know?
Minion farming action.
It's action of a sort.
Yeah.
You know? It's not the good kind.
Hey, if you're a minion, you don't like this kind of.
That's true. That's life or death out there for a caster minion.
Not usually life either. It's it's one of those ore situations, but it's not much of an ore. But yeah, you can see on your screen right now, like you were talking about, his champion pool, this is not the standard mid lane champion pool. A lot of mid laners are not playing the Ziggs and the Xerath. Nico had some more popularity last year compared to previous years, but if you think about, you know, competitive play as a whole, she's not very popular either.
Exactly. Cassio even as well was more of a niche pick. You know, when you looked at his solo queue picks last year, in solo queue he was playing all kinds of like Quid and Ziggs and Cassio and these champions that were not very prevalent. And he is really well respected on those champions, but also has to be able to play those meta picks. And we're going to see Impact looking for River. The arrow connects. There's the Ziggs bomb.
Yeah, but Quid's right there, and Impact is a little cautious because he does not want to overcommit to this and end up getting punished. Sniper was also showing up, so even though it looked like there may have been a play there, Impact is just, he's too experienced to fall for these things, man. He's paying attention.
And he is a tank Udyr at the end of the day, right? So you're not going to be 100-0 and anybody. You're not going to be bursting them down. He is going for that Iceborne as that first item. Eclipse on the other side there, finished up by Sniper. A lot of CDR on this item, a lot of AD as well. It's no longer lethality like it was in the last season, but really strong rush item here for the Riven. You can see Sundered Sky now finish up for River. A lot of burst on that. It's almost kind of like what Eclipse was for a little bit, you know?
Of, except it's health instead of a shield.
Exactly, but like people are kind of slotting that in the same way, like Lee Sins and Buys and stuff like that, who used to go the Eclipse rush and are now going Sundered Sky as that first item. Umti now invading on this bottom side, but Quid is making the collapse. 100 Thieves want to push him out, and Umti could be in trouble.
Yeah, Umti throws back the wind, becomes lightning. Now, he has his own Titanic Hydra. This item's very strong. Quid wanted to engage on him here with a Fate Seal, but just barely misses it. Crescent Sweep is going to disengage and get Umti out of there. Remember, these guys got 4 of the grubs, and so that makes it so easy, especially combined with Ziggs, to just knock that turret down, grab first turret of the game.
Exactly. They're able to just kind of punch right through that, and it is difficult. 400 Thieves, it feels like. You know, when they don't have Quid doing a lot of damage when he is not there, they don't have a lot of damage to actually, you know, kind of scrap on that bottom side. It's like the bot lane collapses, but they don't want to fully commit onto Umti. It's going to be hard to burst him down. As you said, Titanic completed. It is really strong. It is not like it was last season. Now has the auto attack reset again, which is so strong on all these champions. Like stacking up the 3 Talon Strike is a lot easier. People like it on all kinds of different champs, but in particular, it's one of the things that has really enabled Jhin to rise back to the top of the meta.
Well, it's kind of what we've talked about before with these enchanter type of compositions is the issue for 100 Thieves, right? You're mentioning how if Quid's not there, it's hard to move. These compositions are so scary if they can deathball 5 men down a lane, but if you separate the enchanters from the anime protagonists, then you're not going to have a functioning composition.
Exactly. Just got a couple Krillins in the side lane, you know?
What's he gonna do?
Not much.
They outpaced him in like the second arc of the show. Well, 100 Thieves, let's see how this is going to go. Because honestly, the game is still incredibly close, man. 200 gold separating them as the Rift Herald is spawned. It's Team Liquid who are immediately going after it. There is a ward in the pit from 100 Thieves. They know this is going on.
And you have to look at Sniper down in that bottom lane. If he doesn't TP, they're not contesting. So, you know, they are fishing around a little bit here. But he is just going to commit to that bottom tower. So it is going to be Herald given over. River going to have to get out of the pit. And we'll see 100 Thieves threatening an engage, but River will just disengage. I think they wanted to keep them interested, trying to delay Impact from going back towards that bot side to answer the push. Won't be any tower damage really done here by Sniper, but he will at least deny a couple minions.
That's what it seemed like to me, is River just vault breakers over the wall. He stands there and makes Team Liquid look at him to see if 100 Thieves is really going to go for this, and it's more of a distraction than anything, because it's hard for Vi to function in that situation, as 100 Thieves and Team Liquid supports will continue trading blow for blow here on the wards. The gold stays dead even between these squads, as APA is going to be left to wave clear top side. Impact versus Sniper, the 1v1 in bottom side. Impact is more than confident in his ability to repel the Riven with this full armor Udyr.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, honestly, for Riven, when you're going up against full armor Udyr, you're going to need some armor pen. You're probably going to need a couple items before you're really getting through them. Might need some sustain in there as well, or Udyr's just going to kind of smack you to death. You're not expecting Riven to die in this kind of matchup, but you're also not really expecting him to be able to kill the Udyr until maybe really late in the game. So it is tough, right? Because they're very reliant on his damage. He's at least creating a little bit of a farm lead. You know, he's been grouping a little bit less than Impact. Impact, when he TP'd down to bot, lost a wave as well when he moved up towards that Herald. But Impact doesn't really care. You know, he's playing for the team. He's playing this tank style. He just has to be there to enable all the damage that he has from his mid lane and his bot lane.
Impact going in with the double activation there on the Phoenix stance. Puts a lot of burn onto Sniper, forcing him back yet again. Second item completed for Yeon is the Serpent's Fang here on the Jhin. All 5 enemy champions generate shields.
Yeah.
And 2 of them do it in a big AoE. So I can see a lot of value out of
Here's
it.
TP from Riven.
Coming in. APA already having to use the stopwatch as the Seraphine ulti flies out. River still looking to lock him down while back in the middle. It's Umti getting bursted. Meech grabs the kill on him as APA still barely standing. Impact here with a 1v2 as River and Sniper chase after him. Quid goes in for Yeon, but he ain't gonna find it. Curtain call forces them back. 100 Thieves take 2 and don't lose a man. The Dragon's about to spawn and the Thieves are getting it on.
Exactly. It's great timing on the play there. The TP comes in from Sniper, and they don't try to overextend chasing down Core and Yeon, who they knew had flashes. Instead, they collapse on Umti. They kill off the jungler. They kill off the mid laner, guaranteeing there's no real chance of a contest here at the Dragon. TL, we're trying to look for this play here. Core jumps in the Herald, pushes forward, but 100 Thieves are ready. Double TP coming in. You can see the communication on point. Both the Yone and the Riven TPing and arriving at the exact same time. Everyone collapsing on Umti, bursting him down is on the side. River on a solo mission there, zeroes out APA. That's all they get, but that's all they needed, is they're gonna be able to follow it up with the Dragon. And TL, though, striking back on that top side, will get a turret back.
Damage dealt last team fight. The only one on either team breaking 2,000 was River on the Vi.
That was like all APA.
And when you're in the middle of a big scrap too, if you can Sunder Sky multiple people, remember the cooldown is individual on target, so you can get a lot of value out of that too. APA currently 0-3-0 on the Ziggs. They have done a good job with these dive tools to focus him out and not let him play the game he wants to play.
He also used his stasis, you know, and that is a 1,600 gold investment now, I believe. I might have the price wrong.
It's so great.
It's not just stopwatch, though.
This new version of League of Legends. Stopwatch is dead. It's 6 feet under, right where it should be.
So that's an expensive use there. He doesn't get it back until he gets Zhonya's.
Ayla having a flash over the wall as Umti found him. Needed to use that summoner to escape, otherwise the extra damage over the top. You can see if Yeon can get you even a little bit low and start dialing in the damage from that curtain call, it's very scary with these lethality Jhin builds.
He has not been on point, though, with the ult. He's not been able to connect enough of those bullets in some of these shots. You know, missed the first couple. Was able to hit with that 4-shot on River, which did some real damage, but maybe if you tag 1 or 2 more, potential to kill him. Meech probably would have blocked it anyway, to be honest, though. And we'll see River again back down towards this bottom side, playing around Sniper, but APA intelligently had his E in that brush, so kind of just scouting it out as his first strike does proc. And Quid now up on that top side. Potentially could deal with this Udyr a little bit better. He's gone for Blade of the Rune King into that Iceborne Gauntlet, so kind of a hybrid build. If Sniper reveals himself, though, he's going to die. He just doesn't know it yet.
APA getting bursted down pretty heavily, though. Sniper wanted to make it happen. He's barely going to miss out as Deadly Flourish over the wall puts a flower on his grave. APA survives with 100 HP.
Yeah, that's a frustrating one for Sniper. He uses the flash as well. So spending that flash on Riven's so big. It is very difficult to team fight without it. Just doesn't quite have enough damage to get the kill. And the TL members were around, so they jump in and they are able to save him. Another turret going to go the way here of TL, as they will open up a very slight gold advantage. I've basically pulled it back to parity, but 100 Thieves pushing in mid lane here, trying to knock this one down.
Ooh, the arrow flying in. River very importantly buffering through the stun to get out of the turret range. Could have been in some serious trouble otherwise, as Impact gets bursted. River brings him up and Meech knocks him down. Finally, they have enough ammo to bring down the tank. 100 Thieves with that kill on Impact immediately secure the tier 1 turret right after.
Yeah, exactly. They're finally able to burst him down. Impact a little bit disrespectful as he was stepping forward into 3. 1v3, pushed him off the turret, then kind of wanted more. He was looking to some more damage down onto River after that Ashe arrow did connect, but steps forward, gets tagged by the ulti from Seraphine. We can see the Mikhail's rush came in from Eyla, so does have that Mikhail's online. Both the support items are fully upgraded. The Celestial Bastion, I want to say, for Meech, so that is kind of that little damage reduction one.
Yeah.
But if you're jiving onto him, it is for range, I believe, 25% damage reduction until it does get popped. For melee, it's 35, then it has that little kind of AoE shockwave after it. So it does make diving onto that Seraphine a lot harder, and that in conjunction with the Seraph shield, it's multiple shields there, so this is a tough champion to burst down.
Meech trying
nice
to get away here.
sidesteps.
Not
okay.
This guy.
Okay.
Juke boots. He's just walking back and forth like these guys are AIs, just dodging them easily.
Oh, man.
Impressively done. Meanwhile,
Seraphine got some schmoes.
yeah, Sniper in the bottom lane picking up a tier 1 for his team here. He wants to try to get away from Impact. Yeon and CoreJJ making their way over. The arrow is available. Yeon also with Deadly Flourish. You gotta think the arrow just barely missed it, but the Deadly Flourish locks him down. Sniper still trying to get away from this one. Riven has a lot of movement, but that's Udyr and Ashe. I don't think it's gonna work. Sniper falls again.
Yeah, the AoE slows there. So brutal to get away from Babe. Yeah, caught checking the Baron. Is in trouble. He's gonna die here, surely.
He tries to get away, tries to outplay it, but man, it's
River's
4-on-1.
TL want this fight,
Very
maybe.
low. TL still coming around. Umti thinking about diving in, but surely he has to remember what happened back in that mid lane play. Crescent Sweep can't save you if you're too far away from everybody else, and they're all right on top of your location, so looks like we're not going to get any more fight for now. Still, Isaac, this game has been no bigger than a 1,000 gold lead pretty much the entire time.
Yeah, we've been basically dead even. It is the one dragon advantage here for TL, but these two teams incredibly evenly matched. And it's also kind of interesting, you know, thinking about scaling, because of course it's very difficult for them to deal with the Udyr, but on the other side, Seraphine scaling is absolutely absurd, right? And yes, it will take you some time to actually punch through Impact, but it doesn't matter if the rest of your team all dies around you, right? If you have that karma, that Seraphine enabling these melee champions, but TL looking for a pick here. 100 Thieves did not actually walk into the brush. River will be able to back it up. But the whole team needs to be together. Seraphine moving down. They need to be playing as a death ball. This is not a comp that wants to function attacking from multiple sides. You want to be having everyone getting shielded up, everyone getting buffed.
Let's see. Sniper's on the backside of the Drake pit. River is back into the pit now, going after the Drake itself. Remember, it's 2-to-1 Drake count in favor of TL. 100 Thieves still controlling the pit. Sniper waiting for his moment. Last cone's forward. CoreJJ steps out of the way in time. Meanwhile, Quid playing the other flank for 100 Thieves. He goes into the Hex Gate. River wants Yeon, but has he gone in too far? Immediately stunned up. Won't die here just yet. Yeon barely getting away. Shut down back over to APA. The Fate Seal isn't going to do anything. Quid's in the middle of everybody. 100 Thieves still controlling the river, but the Drake isn't low enough. Impact disengaging now. Another bomb bounces out. 100 Thieves have lost a man, but the man is their jungler. Makes it very hard to try to do anything else around this objective. Team Liquid outfight them, and the Drake is their prize. It's Soul Point TL.
And nicely done there by TL. It seemed like 100 Thieves really disjointed on that engage. River was ulting in as Quid was actually taking the Hex Gate, right? So, you know, he's taking the Hex Gate in across. We can see Sniper on the side here has no flash, so he can't really fully commit to it. And this timing is just not it, right? Maybe there was some miscommunication. Quid thought the River was going to delay the engage. Yeah. If Quid was there to ulti in immediately after, look at the health on Yeon and Core. If Yeon and Core instantly die at the start of that fight, this becomes a very different fight. But the disengage there is good from TL. They have Impact just kind of blocking up that choke point, creating space for those carries, and buying time for them to get their work done.
The biggest thing there for me is the fact that now 100 Thieves is going to feel so much pressure on all of these subsequent Drakes. It's Hex Soul, man. A lot of things have changed. Hex Soul is still very, 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 very powerful.
Yeah,
right?
Especially with double marksman, and you have a Ziggs as well. They have lots of ways to apply it.
It's a lot. So 100 Thieves, the pressure is going to be on here. It's 4 minutes until the next one of those spawns. Baron is on the Rift already. That's why you can see everybody just thinking about this topside river for now. Speaking of River, doing a really good job using these short vault breakers to dodge away from CC or buffer through it, even if he's going to be hit. But now, Mega Inferno Bomb over the top, and Impact gets him. 100 Thieves trying to disengage as Umti and Impact lead the charge. Core and APA coming around behind as Yeon fires off the 4th shot. Quid wants to try to dash out, but Umti's still on top of him. Impact in the middle of 3, and Sniper flashes in, only to find a bullet to the face. Team Liquid 2 for nothing.
Yeah, Sniper tries to go big in the backline, flashing forward, gets burst down as TL will turn on the Baron here. No Sniper, no River. Not much of a chance, I think, to contest this, but Eyla.
Oh, Eyla, he's gonna want that one back. APA sniping him down after the deadly flourish set it up. 100 Thieves know there's no way they can try to go in and contest this one any further, and things are quickly exploding in Team Liquid's favor.
Yeah, 100 Thieves just haven't been perfect on those engages, and if you're not perfect on the engage, it is really, really tough with this triple melee team. You know, they want to have all these divers getting the backline at the same time, but they haven't really been able to do it. They haven't had Quid, River, and Sniper all in the backline at the same time, bursting down these squishy members. So it has been very, very difficult because if you don't get those early kills, they just don't really have a lot of DPS to actually deal with the front line. Impact's just kind of going crazy, walking around, stunning everyone up. His whole job is just AoE slow, peel, stun, really just disrupt them.
Impact is also on 3 fully completed items too. I mean, he's buying some low price point, but still very powerful items. The Frozen Heart purchase for both him and Umti's Zhao means that debuff is going to be on pretty much everyone on the enemy team at all times, depending on, unless they're just super far away. And also, Core and Yeon, you're talking about these guys not getting dived. Not a single death on either one so far. That's the perfect example of how things have not gone to plan for 100 Thieves.
Exactly, and you look at the bot lane, Core has heal cut. We have the Serpent tank that you touched on earlier, obviously for Yeon, so they're kind of itemizing to try to deal with this. APA has mostly been the target. He went Zhonya's, and the Zhonya's has been keeping him safe over this last while, right? It's been making it very difficult for them to find these dives in onto. And Umti and Impact just kind of disrupting everything. Here's TP coming through. It is going to be Sniper coming in. River's diving.
They're sending it. Yeon's the target here, and immediately they find him. The fate sealed. Gets the shutdown. That's the Jhin already out of the picture, but can they get any more? The bomb goes up into the air. 100 Thieves takes some damage, but APA is down. 1, 2, 3, already killed. As Team Liquid after retreat. 100 Thieves went for the full send, and send they did. Sniper's going to send CoreJJ right back to the fountain, and only Impact lives to tell the tale.
Yeah, that is a huge play. And you can see on the top lane, look at them. They TP'd over to top lane. They're pushing. They want to try to get the inhibitor. Impact's trying to TP out. Is he going to be in time? He's not!
The ace! The ace for 100
Wait, how much can they get?
It's a 15-second death timer on Yeon and Umti. 100 Thieves
just
looking
inhib.
to break into the base here. Yeah, they should grab the inhib, but Yeon's going to be up in time to prevent a loss of game here. But what a massive, massive comeback play there from 100 Thieves.
And you know what's even almost bigger is the fact that Impact dies that late and spends his TP, so he can't contest the dragon. So now I don't think that they're actually going to be in time to stop this next dragon here from 100 Thieves. We'll see, though, because there are Hex Gates. So if Impact runs straight out to the Hex Gate, maybe he can get there in time. But I feel like if you start this right on spawn from 100 Thieves, as you should, it's going to be really tough for TL to do anything about it. So we can watch this one more time. Again, it's all about the engage. This time a little bit better on the coordination here. We can see Quid going in. Sniper is TP'd in behind all 3 melees in the back line, bursting someone down. That's exactly what you want to have. And then Meech and Eyla kiting back, buying time, waiting till they can reconnect with that front line from the squad. And then the chase is on. The shields will never end. The speed ups will never end when you're playing this style of composition. So there is nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide. But we got to go back to live. As 100 Thieves did, as I said, they're starting this up on spawn, knowing Impact wouldn't be able to get there in time. So great stuff from them. They stopped the soul again. Second dragon going their way. APA just goes top lane, looking to push and take some more turrets. As TL trying to set up shop in the 100 Thieves right side jungle.
100 Thieves still have about a 2,000 gold lead. It'll shrink back down closer to 1,000 after this tier 2 turret dies up there. 31 minutes into the game. It's been a back and forth as 100 Thieves, they do not want to allow Team Liquid to control any more of the Rift than they already do. Remember, we're at the point of the game now where these buffs, the red buffs and blue buffs, are now team-wide as well. So stealing those away can mean much, much more as 100 Thieves Continue just running it down mid lane, trying to get these waves shoved back out. Make sure they control their own half of the map. Impact is the target, but he's so tanky, you can't fully commit onto him, so they don't want to send too much. Instead, they're death balled up as 5, exactly as we've been saying how they want to play, and they're just walking it straight down mid.
Exactly. That top wave will be pushing in, but it is so far away because APA was able to really shove that top lane deep, which is very big for TL, because it means that there's not that second lane of pressure for quite a while. And that's why River is just going down towards bot side, pushing this out with Sniper, trying to get some threat on these tier 2s down on that bottom side, so that when they push in mid, when they push in top with the supers, they can hopefully pick up a little bit more gold. And it is now a 2.3k gold advantage here, 400 Thieves. Plus, these Aztec Dragons individually, pretty nice. Working towards that soul. And hey, they're one off soul point. If they can grab that, it would be that 7th dragon that would decide it all.
The dragons are 1 apart. The turrets are also 6 to 7. Kills are pretty close. This first game has been really evenly matched between these two teams that honestly have quite an interesting history together. Remember, it was Team Liquid and 100 Thieves. The first time that 100 Thieves ever made an LCS finals, they were against Team Liquid. Got absolutely smashed 3-0 in what was at that point the fastest finals in LCS history. And then the next time they meet in finals, 100 Thieves come back and takes the record from TL, doing the same to them. The history between these two teams is just always so much fun, and this game's delivering again.
It's been one of the ones that really is kind of those rivalries that you've been looking at, is building up and up and up over these last couple of years. Really interesting kind of just set of items here from Quid. He's got a little bit of the garage sale going on. He's got all kinds of different stuff. He's got a Cyclo Sword in there. He's got a Bork. He's got Iceborne. So really just kind of a pretty wide assortment of items here. It's pretty interesting. A little bit of lethality, a little bit on hit, a little bit of tank action going on.
Well, it's doing something right, man. He's got 7 out of 11 kill participation and is now the only player in the game that has not died yet, so...
And it's tough to burst them down when they go this style of build, right? You can't just 100 to 0 instantly. It's really good in long extended fights if you can get it. It's obviously a lot worse than like those IE style builds and just 100 to 0ing someone.
Right.
But if he feels that, hey, if I go in, I would just get stunned up and burst down, then obviously, this does make sense. Gives him some armor, gives him some MR, and it gives him pretty high sustained DPS if he can be connecting. And look at the vision from 100 Thieves all in this area, completely controlling that vision. But the Hawkshot comes in. Core obviously scouting out that Baron, and the Baron will go down very slowly because Quid is not even hitting it. Sniper is not even there, so it's just 3 men in that pit. But it is a very healthy Baron because you're constantly just shielding up River. And TL at some point will be forced to go, and Sniper here hanging on the side.
Team Liquid wants in already. River down to half HP. Umti tries to go in for him, but the Crescent Sweeper's gonna wear off soon. Seraphine ulti over the top, baby, and Quid goes on a rampage. 100 Thieves already found 2, and River wants another. Yeon flashes back over the wall to escape as Sniper's on to APA. The Ziggs ain't gonna last long, and 100 Thieves just won the game.
100 Thieves gonna TP into top lane. Impact TP back to try to clear the wave, but I don't think he's gonna be able to do it. It's 1v5 for Impact.
The Udyr will not stand against this one. It was a battle for 35 minutes, but 100 Thieves outplay them in the end. The team fight ace for nothing. They gotta beat the inhibitor back down again, but it's okay. It's not gonna dissuade. Only CoreJJ is back alive as the Nexus turrets fall, and in the first game of LCS 2024, 100 Thieves reign supreme. Sniper gets his first LCS win.
And he does it on the Riven. 100 Thieves coming out here. One of the teams that really had not been considered amongst the top at the table, right? Most people are talking about teams like C9, teams like TL, teams like FlyQuest, up at the top, teams that could really be challenging up there. And 100 Thieves was a footnote in those conversations. It's one of the teams that was considered to be down at the bottom, but coming in here, really having a great game to kick off their LCS.